everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Jan, and in this video I'm going to tell you a little bit about our trip to Marseille. Okay, so we were on our cruise on Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas, and one of the port of calls was in Marseille, a beautiful old city in France. And our plan was, of course, to take a bus, hop on, hop off, and wander around the city. We didn't have much time. The stop was not as long as I was hoping to, so I thought, okay, so just do a bus tour would be enough for us, but we were not alone, we were with our friends, and the idea of visiting Marseille was to go to a fancy restaurant, okay? So they invited us to go there for lunch, so I thought, okay, lunch, imagine sometime, maybe 11 o'clock, and have it for maybe half an hour maximum. And it isn't up, it was at 12 o'clock, and we spent 2.5 hours in the restaurant. Oh my god, so we had no much time at all to see the city, unfortunately. So we we didn't get up too early, okay, let's say that, because like I said, I was expecting it not very long lunch, so we went on a tram to the restaurant, okay. The area of the restaurant, actually, it also was not in the port, so it wasn't walking distance, so we spent time going to the restaurant. And then it was not really like fancy looking restaurant, so then we went in. I was like, okay, it's not looking wonderful, but our friend said it had like the best reviews on TripAdvisor. Okay, I don't even remember the name of the restaurant. I'm sorry, because it didn't impress me much. And you know what they say about fancy restaurants, it's not about food, it is about experience. So okay, the dishes were different, they looked interesting. It tasted alright. I mean, okay, it was nice, I would say, but it wasn't something super impressive. That's why I don't really like to go to fancy restaurants. Our friends are like, they leave to go to restaurants, they leave to eat, and I eat to live, okay? So I eat so I have enough energy to wander around and run everywhere and do things. So that's why eating in restaurant, 3-course menu, a little bit slow, and we were hungry afterwards. Okay, this is the fun of visiting fancy restaurants, and of course it cost quite a lot. After that, as I said, we didn't have much time to wander around Marseille. We were trying to find the cathedral, which ended up on top of the mountain. You know, when you look at the map, it didn't look like it was too high, it looked like flat area. But we walked a little bit, and we managed only to get a little bit of views of it, and then we decided to go back to port area and wandered around a little bit of the old town. So the streets of old town, it was okay, nice, beautiful embankment, nice and beautiful cathedral in the port area. I would say it was really nice, and so we had a little bit time of walk around and see at least a little bit of Marseille. And the little bit of impression of this town, to be honest, I honestly thought that it would be something beautiful, outstanding, but it probably was in some areas, but where we were walking, it was a lot of dog's poop everywhere. So I know I don't usually like to say bad things about places where I go, and I don't say bad things because the bad things are everywhere in the world. Where you go, you'll find in the countries some good things, some bad things, and usually I don't look at it like, I don't know, whatever. But I always tell you the truth, guys. You do know me. When I see something like really disgusting or really bad, I always would tell you about it. So like I'm saying, dog's poops, it was disgusting, let's say it that way, okay? Because it just, you can't ignore it, okay? Let's say you can't ignore it because it was just absolutely everywhere. at least in that area where the old town, I mean, it's a touristy area, okay? Yeah, I mean, in some places, like in Gibraltar, where I was also complaining in one of my videos, when you walk out of the areas, touristy areas, where in hidden areas, you do have dog poops. That's what I was saying, people, you should really collect it because it's not nice. And they even want to do a DNA test to find out who the owners of those dogs, who doesn't pick up the poops. But when it's like on the street, where everybody walking, that's like really bad, I would say, okay? You know, like in Russia we used to also not pick up poops, but now it's changed, and I did not expect something like that in France, and especially in Marseille, and especially in the touristy areas. So what can I say, guys? If you live in Marseille or who is from that area, please do pick up poops, okay? Because the impression is not very nice, honestly. I don't want to say anything. The town is beautiful. When we were looking for something, we had a really nice, very kind gentleman, and he was from Marseille, and he helped us to find our way. It was really nice, so I believe the people there are really nice. He was so kind, and but the dog poops, that's a little bit not nice, okay? So that's what I wanted just to say, my bit of experience of Marseille, visiting the town. So that's pretty much it, guys. A little bit of the place. Of course I didn't make videos of those things, you know, because it's not nice to show. You do know what it looks like, yeah? Okay, so I don't have to show it to you. So, but you can imagine it, right? Okay, so yeah, right, okay. So hopefully maybe next time when I come to Marseille, come back, it will change, okay? So no dog poops on the streets where tourists are walking. So, okay, so thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, a little bit of Marseille. And don't forget to subscribe, like it, because I will show you in my next videos some other beautiful countries and cities I visited during my Royal Caribbean cruise, the biggest cruise ship in the world, Symphony of the Seas. Bye everyone!